Hello and welcome back to Nuzlocke Vlogs. I used to do this series on my main channel and now I do it on a second channel and I like I like the name of on my second channel where it's my name but the the S's are twos. Why have I moved this to a second channel? Well, you see, it's quite simple. These videos don't get barely any views, and that kills the algorithm on my other views. And I know I don't care about being popular on YouTube or the algorithm, but I like when people watch my videos. Like that's the awkward sort of middle ground, and it's like I don't expect to ever make money off of YouTube videos. I do it as a hobby because I enjoy it, but also I want people to watch my videos and enjoy it. I don't want to get a bunch of views on YouTube, but like getting 1,000 video is just it fills me with so much pride and a sense of accomplishment. And 1,000 views is so tiny, but I don't make that a lot of the time. Um, if you click on my channel page, I have the playlist. I got all the old videos which have been uh, unlisted on my main channel. By the way, my name is Casey Jarms. I make video essays and D&D stories and comedy skits on my YouTube channel, which is my name. And also, I'm doing Nuzlocke vlogs, where these are videos where I talk about what I'm working on my channel. I talk about my personal life. I respond to comments. That's what this series is. And right now, I am going through Pokemon Platinum. And I didn't have a Nuzlocke vlog video last week because my laptop charger for the laptop I filmed this with broke, meaning my computer was dead and I could not charge it. And I am so thankful on when it broke, because it broke, my computer charger broke a day after I uploaded that Dave Strider video essay, which is good because that one had a strict deadline of 10/25, which, as it turns out, not as not as notable of a date if you want to get views on a Homestuck video. Like it didn't have the oh god, I just remembered it's this route. Uh, it's fine. I got 1,100 views on that video, and more importantly, a ton of comments, tons of really good comments, arguing about what I said in the video, praising me, which inflates my ego. Homestuck fans like to comment on videos I've seen. The Homestuck fans are the most consistent commenters of any fandom I've ever made video essays about. Which is good for me. And I don't like this hail, so let's turn it to a sandstorm. Yay. What's going on in my life? Not a lot. I'm working on getting my videos for the end of the year done. I only have 3 more left. It is the last 2 parts of Torchbearers, which is a D&D series of D&D stories I'm working on, and I also am doing a big, more than 3-hour video essay about Disney princesses vis-a-vis which ones deserve to be killed in a violent proletariat revolution, which got the script mostly written. There's an asterisk in that. And also, I recorded the first segment. I've split it up into 16 chunks. And I recorded the first one today, which had the opening and the part about Snow White, where I'm discussing that film. And that asterisk that I said is that I don't actually have the script written because there's one Disney movie that is going to come out between me having written the script and the video coming out, and I'm going to just have to last minute do a fucking film in my car. Also Wish exists. Alan Tudyk is in this one, all Disney movies, and it's about Wish. The movie's out, so I don't fucking know how I'm going to rank the people in. But that's what I'm working on. What else am I working on? Slowly but surely doing various bug fixings for my RPG, planning to do a full playthrough of it every Saturday and just keep bug fixing and have it all the bug fixing and playtesting done by the end of the year. And then do the true secret ending next year because that'll take a lot of time and work, which I don't have the time for. And for my book that I've been working on writing, I am facing the worst writing block. I have so much writing block with this last chapter. Although to be fair, this book is a sequel to the other book that I'm trying to get published that I'm just dealing with querying agents, which is a demoralizing process that the average person has to send out dozens of emails and only gets a few responses, and I'm just in the weeds, and it's a numbers game that you keep trying, but man, it is not, it's not fun. Now let's talk about pop culture. I talk about pop culture because that's a thing I can rant about. I watched the FNAF movie. Yes, I wasn't. I was planning to watch it in theaters, but see, the only theater near me, which is still like 25 miles away, because I live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Iowa, weren't showing it. So I watched it through completely legal means. I'm not going to explain how I watched it, but the important thing you need to know is that I have not broken any laws and cannot be charged with any crime. Actually, I don't think I can be charged with a crime. I think in terms of digital piracy, I think consuming pirated media isn't actually illegal. I think it's only distributed. Don't quote me on that. Don't, like, just in general, be chill about piracy. Like, we all know it happens. We all know it's cool, but don't go broadcasting where it happens and how you do it because the feds get involved. And side note, this is maybe the worst route in the game. It's either this one or the fog one or the marsh one. There's a lot of bad routes in platinum that I hate, and does this look fun? Just slowly walking through snow, can't see shit, moving slowly. But anyway, FNAF movie. That was fine, fine. It's starting up. The people mad about critics not liking the video game movie, and because it's fucking Reddit, what I saw was they didn't like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Does this mean that Rotten Tomatoes is run by child molesters? Because Reddit's gonna Reddit because it Five Nights at Freddy's the movie didn't receive a lot of high reviews, and that is the fault of Rotten Tomatoes, the website that very famously doesn't review films. People are down, but no, it was fine. It was a very average movie, and I do think it's good. Like, as someone who is into gaming and makes games and writes for video games, it's nice that we've gone to a point where video game adaptations are the same quality as all other adaptations. That is to say, a lot of them are god awful and barely watchable. But, a lot of book adaptations and TV adaptations, and the point is, adaptations in general run the gamut on quality, and it's nice that at least occasionally there's good video game adaptations, and hell, honestly, the fact that there are okay video adaptations, that's an improvement over unwatchable every single video game adaptation being. I don't think there's been an excellent video game film adaptation, but there's been a lot of, yeah, sure, that was fine, quality ones, which is what I think about Five Nights at Freddy's. I think the animatronics looked very nice. Jim Henson Shop did a good job. Matthew Lillard was barely in the movie, which is a shame because he had like one scene where he's being this cackling serial killer, and he is good at that. Let's see. Josh Hutcherson was surprisingly, like, I had him mixed up with someone else. I think I had him mixed up with the guy who played Gale in the Hunger Games, because I was thinking that he was a very mediocre actor. But no, Josh Hutcherson's good, and he's an actor, and he did a pretty good job in that movie. The movie was not even remotely scary. Like, I'm not. Honestly, that's the weird thing. I am much more scared of horror games than horror films. I do not at all get scared by horror movies. I cannot handle horror games even slightly. I was so scared when I was 15 and FNAF came out of it. Like, those games scared the crap out of me. But any and all horror movies do not have that effect. I don't know why horror games are so much more effective. Well, it's because they try and put you in the shoes of the protagonist, and it's like from a first person perspective. But point is, I'm not a big like get scared by horror guy, and but still, this one was just kind of bad, and I think it doesn't show a lot of the animatronics like wrecking shit. Like it keeps going away. Like ooh, Foxy's running down the hallway to murder Mike, but it doesn't show that. It shows Foxy's legs and then Mike screaming, and then it cuts to black, and that's lame. That's lame. Honestly, I don't actually think, based on what we saw in the movie, I don't think the Foxy prop is actually able to move because look when it kills like the burglars, what it we see is like the leg. We see it just like a cut to like the face up, like, and half the kills were the fucking cupcake. Like the cupcake. Let's respond to a comment because I named my Pokemon after commenters, and this one is on the Dave Strider, the Destiny of Dave Strider, my latest video essay. Set from None of Your Business 4133. Who I'm going to name Noib. I'm going to name you Noib. I have a character that's been trapped by my IDK DM in their writing. Their destiny was to kill the BBEG, but they keep delaying and delaying and delaying, and they're so mean to me, and ... I always just stuck around since I wanted to get Ketty. I assume that's the character to win. And then in bold, and Ketty was based on both Dave and Dirk and Dave together, my take on their fusion together, and I can just have them leave now. I always had her trying to save the day, trying to do something good, but she never lived for herself, just wanting to be a happy person with no purpose but to aid herself. God, ... I needed this so badly. Set me free. Honestly, I can go. I can be free from them, from their bullying, their harassment. I can take my character elsewhere, someplace where they will be loved, and I can, if I ever choose, write to victory myself. Thank you. I'm glad that I have helped with the mental health of your D&D game. I guess I don't like. I thank you for the compliment and me like helping that click. I don't. That's good. I guess I'm not really qualified to like be giving psychological advice. If your D&D game and you were bullied in it and it's not fun for you, get the fuck out of there immediately. Like I've left campaigns. Like you got that. Honestly, that's the thing I've had problems with, just leaving D&D campaigns. Uh, Honestly, I can relate to this. Like I stayed in the worst D&D campaign of my life because I really liked the character I was playing, and maybe I'll do a D&D story on that character someday, but it's not worth it. It's not worth sticking around for weeks if you're miserable and you don't like the DM and you don't like the other people. Like D&D, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable. Don't stick around. And it is interesting. Like you want your character to be a hero. You want them to be a good person and save the day. And like abandoning the campaign for your own. I don't know about that comment. I picked it out. I don't know how to respond to that at all. I picked it out because that was one of the most interesting comics. You better not have dry skin. One of the most interesting comments I've ever gotten on the video. I genuinely do not want to say. Because if you haven't seen my Homestuck video, go watch it. It's about how Dave is a character. Dave Strider from Homestuck. He is a character who has this big destiny. He's destined to fight the big bad endgame and land the final blow, and he doesn't really care or want to do that. Like, he's raised his whole life to be a hero and this big warrior, and he doesn't want that. There was this other comment. I won't read it because I want to quote them sometime. That compared Dave to like a Greek hero, where not really about being a good person, about fighting big challenges, and said actually Caliborn's kind of hero by that standards, which I thought that was really interesting. But I don't know what to say about that comment, but I'm glad I was able to help that person in some way. Yeah, back to ranting about Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, it wasn't a scary movie, and honestly, They just needed to be more big spooky animal robot possessed by dead children. Although, like, Mike was a good character, the killer was good. Vanessa could not place her. It was genuine, like, because you're going into an adaptation of something that the twist, that just watching, like, okay, how you gonna play? You gonna be evil? You gonna be good? You gonna be evil? You gonna be good? A little bit, okay, a little bit. Um, yeah, I thought it was a decent movie, but it didn't really capture that. Like never in the movie is it how like the games work, which is you are trapped and you are powerless, and there's big spooky robot trying to kill you, and you can't fight it. All you can do is hold him off, or see what Mike should do in the games is tip over a glass of water and then shoot it with a taser, taking out the animatronics effortlessly. Like, I don't know why he never thought to do that in the games. Like, oh, I'm gonna close the doors. Nah, just get a fucking taser from the cop. But no, it was good. It was good. I thought, it was fine. It was fine. I keep saying it's fine, but yeah, it was fine. I don't really have anything else to say, but like, yeah, sure, it was fine. Wasn't scary, but was well acted. There was some decent story. Uh, it cut out a lot of like the complex elements of the main cast, what they are in the games, but at the same time, it would be a lot harder to sell like Mike. Okay, so he's Matthew Lillard's son, but that isn't but that isn't introduced until later on. Also, he is British, and also he gets disemboweled by the robot possessed by the ghost of his sister, and he survives. That's the thing. He survives being disemboweled and becomes a purple zombie man. And you might say, isn't the purple zombie man appearance what his father? Yes, but don't worry about that. It is just a coincidence that he is a purple zombie man, and he is alive now, and he's going to all the Five Nights at all the Freddy Fazbears because, and then at the end he burns to death. See, that is a character of all time, as opposed to this one who stares at a poster of Nebraska because it makes him dream better, which is also a character of all time. Let's see what we got. Potential Pizza 8 is a good name. Potential Pizza. I like Potential Pizza. Really, all dough is Potential Pizza. Okay. I really appreciate your analysis. It's hard for me to analyze and appreciate Homestuck. So many of my feelings on it are caught up in my expectations of it from when I was young and first started reading it, and even with rereads as an adult, it's been hard to separate that from what the story is actually doing, and so many of the story's decisions feel like they fall into an area of meta-narrative that's hard to criticize or appreciate because they do things bad but on purpose. I feel like your analysis do a good job of taking a fresh perspective and going through that false dichotomy I'm caught in and actually just talking about what the story is doing. I hope to reread it soon and think of from a fresh analytical perspective about what's going on with the characters. Thank you. Yeah. So Homestuck. As a guy who has written, at this point, 3 video essays about Homestuck, I don't know if Homestuck is good or if it is bad. That was a typo in potential. Because I'm trying to talk and type at the same time. I don't know if Homestuck is good. I don't know if Homestuck is bad. I think Homestuck is intentional, is what I can say best about Homestuck. That it's a story that very much knows what it wants to be, and what it wants to be is this weird meta-narrative postmodern thing that breaks the fourth wall a lot and is about characters dealing with being characters in a story. I don't think Homestuck always makes what are the most satisfying narrative choices or the decisions that make the best written characters. But I think the best thing you can say about Homestuck is that it's a comic that knows what it is, and it is about what it wants to be about, and what it is about is something I have never seen anything else do. And also, I think a lot of it is good. Like, I do actually like a lot of Homestuck, but I think at the end of the day, it's a hard work to analyze, like on a is this good or bad scale, because so much of it is like, what if we did something bad on purpose to tie into the admittedly well written themes of this comic, and I don't know how to, like, on a scale, grade that on if it's good or bad. Like, how do you rate it's bad on purpose to send to get across the point the author's trying to get a point across? I think the Homestuck epilogues are even more that. They are more meta narrative. About it's about being weird and different more than being a satisfying story. That is the epilogues to a T. And I like the epilogues more than most people, but they are very, very flawed. What is the point of Maylene being here besides her and Candace being a couple in my fan fiction? Like, you just run into her and she's not here anymore, and that's lame. And Candace is actually not a great gym for me. Two of my team are weak to ice. 3 of them are steel types and resist ice, but they don't really have good steel moves. I guess. Hold on, you have room for a flash cannon. You do, but I don't know if I'd rather do it on Magnazone, so I'll just leave it off for now. Let's do the dangerous gym now. And I guess all I have to say about this gym is, Candace dick fit in your mouth? Ha 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 ha. Oh, what else have I done recently? I read... Because this is a thing every single person who has an office job does, is sometimes there's moments where you aren't super busy, so you just, like, read something. I read through Batman Hush, because that's a thing I need to read through for a video essay I'm doing next year in January. It's about Batman's plans to defeat other members of the Justice League. So I read through all of Batman Hush, and I gotta say, Batman Hush is certainly a story that features Batman. It is one of the stories of all time. Is it one of the best stories of time? No. Is it a good story? No. But it is a story that exists. Like, Hush is... That story is a trip, because Hush feels like a Batman story written by AI. And I know I've complained in the past about people just overusing the term written by an AI for anything they don't like, but I mean this very intentionally. It feels like that in that it just feels like a bunch of very generic, like, saying, it's just bringing up things that other Batman stories did better as part of this random events plot. Like, ooh, he almost kills the Joker, like in The Killing Joke, and ooh, he fights Superman, like in Dark Knight's Returns, and he has a sword fight with Ra's al Ghul, like in the Adams run, and Jason Todd comes back, except not really, like in Under the Red Hood. Like, and I know that Under the Red Hood came out later, but the point is, oh, and like he has a relationship with Catwoman, like in a bunch of stories, and there's stuff with Harvey Dent, like what's it called? The Long Halloween. Like, it just feels like it's an aimless story about nothing that's just like Batman bouncing around episode after episode doing normal Batman stuff, and none of it really feels all that interesting, because I've seen all of it done better. I've seen a big part of it done much better by Jeff Loeb in The Long Halloween. Like that. Like, Jeff Loeb's a really good Batman writer. I love The Long Halloween. It's an amazing Batman story. Because, the plot is an actual plot instead of it just being random events, and at the end, a bad villain pops up and says, "Actually, I was behind everything. You see, it was my plan to." Okay, so let me walk you through me. I'm Hush. This is my evil plan. Step 1: plant a thing in the Batcave so Batman gets subliminally messaged to think about me all the time. Step 2: hire Killer Croc to kidnap a child and ransom him off. Step 3: hire Poison Ivy to mind control Catwoman into stealing the. Actually, I'm not going to risk that. Hire Poison. I don't have any choice but to risk it. Oh, this is going to be bad. Okay, I'm good. Hire Poison Ivy to mind control Catwoman into stealing the ransom so that I can cut Batman's a line so he'll break his back and then he'll be injured and I can save his life. And then step 4, Batman fights Poison Ivy, who's mind controlling Superman, which furthers my goals because. And then step 5 is that I get Harley Quinn to attack the Opera House where I'm at, and then I go outside and Two-Face murders me, but I'm actually Clayface, and then Joker walks in holding a gun, so Batman murders him out of revenge because I'm Batman's closest friend he's never mentioned before, and that helps me defeat Batman because. And then I get Clayface, and then what I do is I put a sword at Batman's computer so he go fights Ra's al Ghul, because that and then I have Clayface pretend to be Jason Todd, and then at the end I pop out and I say, "It was me. I was behind everything all along. My evil plan." And you may wonder, all of those things, that wasn't an evil plan. That was just random shit that happened. But I was responsible for it because I went to Batman's enemies and I told them, "Do the things you already do normally." I'm a cool billion. I'm Tommy Elliott. I'm Hush. I'm the best Batman. Hush is a really bad villain, is what I'm saying. And his plan, I don't get it. What the fuck even is Batman Hush? Like, no shade to Jeff Loeb. Like I said, he wrote The Long Halloween, which is maybe the best Batman story I've ever read. I don't get Hush. I don't get why people like it. I think it's just. I don't get it. I really don't get Batman Hush. And I think it's not very good. Okay, I don't actually remember off the top of my head how to do this gym puzzle, so I'm just going to mess around until it's done. It's late. It is very late. It's almost midnight. Yay. Yay. Okay, so I can take out these snowballs. And I can fight this trainer, I guess. I don't know why I want to fight this trainer. Actually, you know what? I'll fight Candace next time. I'll take out Alicia, and I'll end this video, and I'll upload it to a channel that has no videos, and maybe do a community post on my main channel to get people to watch this. Who knows? Thank you all for watching and listening to my rants about why Batman Hush is bad and Five Nights at Freddy's is okay, and Homestuck is weird. Yeah, I don't really have a strong thought to end this on.